Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Shafaat, a student in Universitas Islam Sultan Maulana Hasanuddin, postgraduate. Allow me please to present the lesson of curriculum evaluation and design. The lecturer, Mr. Hari Mulyono, PhD. This presentation is assignment of this lesson. Allow me please to present about standard-based curriculum and perspective principles of curriculum design. Okay, first time, let's thank to Allah, because Allah has given us many blessings so we can meet in this opportunity. Okay, Honorable Mr. Hari Mulyono, PhD, Honorable all my friends and audiences whom I love. Allow me please to explain this lesson. The first is standard-based curriculum. What is talk about standard curriculum here? Standard are two types, content and performance. Standard create clean outline of the essential knowledge, skill, and understanding that students use to master in given are because states and school districts are striving to increase student performance. Standard performance or achievement standard refer to level for mastery on content that the student is expected to attain. Standard-based curriculum. Standard-based curriculum or intense curriculum is the official of or adopt curriculum contained in state or district policy. A body of content analyzes that students are expected to learn based on this participant with the school experience. The standard-based curriculum includes broad description of content areas and often specific performance standards that students are expected to meet. Student-based curriculum helps teachers to link the taught curriculum to the required standards. It is the content between the content standard and taught and learned curriculum. Curriculum. What is curriculum? Curriculum can be defined as school plan of instruction. How, when, and what. Students will be taught what content will be covered and that students ought to have learned after they have completed a specific course or grade. So, benchmark. Remember that content standard includes instruction goals that are 3 years until 80 years. Described as the subcomponent of content standards, benchmark identify that expected understandings are skill needed for content standard by grade level and track according to predetermined time intervals. So, putting it all together, content standards are benchmark comprise a multitude of skills and identify the things that students should be able to do. Gather information. Gathering information about each student is necessary for curriculum decision making. To this, understand the learning process. Before teaching, a teacher must make planning lesson or lesson plan. So next, adapt information. Understand the learning process before teaching students. Assessing student using performance measures. Performance measure can performance assessment are an array to testing measure used by educator for purpose school or accountability. So implementary the institute instructional cycle. In critical, the teacher determine before what they expect students to have learned by the end of the lesson. Intent, instructional outcome, planning, assignment, curriculum mapping. The teacher must provide practice for a student based on information they have already accurate. What is the teacher currently teaching? What is curriculum mapping? Curriculum mapping is tool used to gather information to get information about what has been taught in the classroom after specific period of time. Why curriculum mapping is important? It ensures that what is being taught in the classroom match what has been specific in the curriculum. It helps teachers to stay on track and accomplish that passing goals they set at the beginning of the year. Curriculum planning guidelines. It can be defined as the guidelines followed by teachers to accomplish what has been set forth by the standards-based curriculum. So, plan design. As they develop effective lesson plan, teachers will want to utilize unit plan design are geared toward helping teacher to organize and plan what will done in the classroom in order to help students save long-term goals that have been set for the class. Then plan design is important for a teacher to design what I want to teach. So lesson plan designed. The daily lesson plan is the most detailed student-based plan that teacher will develop. It outlines the purpose and activities of what will be done on specific day or across several days. Okay, that is the curriculum or standard curriculum. So the second is perspective and principle curriculum. I will continue my presentation or my explain about perspective and principle curriculum. In perspective, there are five. In perspectives, there are five. The first is theoretical perspective. The second is traditional perspective. The third is structure disciplines. The fourth is constructive perspective. The last is conclusion. So in the principle of curriculum, there are seven. There are seven. The first is challenge and enjoyment. Breathe. The second is breathe. The third is progression. The fourth is depth. The fifth is coherence. The sixth is relevance. And the last is personalization and choice. Okay, I will explain about perspective. Perspective, theoretical perspective curriculum. As educator, there are many approaches take forward curriculum. These approaches one based on set of assumptions that have made based on education, experience, other factors. So I thought I should provide an analysis of five perspectives including the major, proper, and teacher of each. I should also discuss societal or well as political influence, major criticism, or its theory, and example for ways these incomes have been applied. The first is the traditional perspective, a response to contemporary problem during the 19th century or post 2004, a society was becoming more dispersed. Schooling was not. The perspective bent on processing cultural heritage. That is take the position that education curriculum is primarily goal is or transmit to the curriculum knowledge or society. The number two is the experiential perspective. Assumes that curriculum should take a holistic approach to students by considering all their experience and likes. The third is structure of disciplines. As a response to Cold War criticism in the middle of the 20th century, the discipline's perspective gained popularity, particularly with understanding with university professor as well as math and science education leader in secondary setting. So the fourth is contractor perspective. Constructor perspective, finally, the constructor perspective suggests that curriculum should be based on the tenet that educator should develop curriculum to provide opportunities for students to make their new acquired knowledge on their personality ways. The five is conclusion. The five perspective above can the five is conclusions. The five perspective above can be viewed as variation of timelines of development of curriculum movement in American education. That is the five of perspective curriculum. And now we're going to principles of curriculums. Learners should be designed on the basis of following principles. There are seven. The first is challenge and enjoyment. The second is breadth. The third is progression, and the fourth is depth. The five is coherence. The sixth is relevance, and the last is personalization and choice. Challenge and enjoyment. Children and young people should find their learning challenging, engaging, and motivating. Second, breadth. All children and young people should have the opportunities for broad range of experience. The third is progression. Children and young people must experience continue the progression in their learning from 3 until 8 years. The fourth is depth. There should be opportunities for children and young people to develop their full capacity in different types of think and learning. The fourth is coherence. What is coherent? The children and young people learn activities should combine from a coherent experience. There should be clear links between different as and different learning. So next is relevance. The children and young people should understand the purpose of their learning and related activities. And the last is personalization and choice. The learner, the learning plans for the children and young people should respond for their individuals' needs and sports particular activities and talents. Okay, maybe that's what can I explain. The conclusion is, or the conclusion are, that standard-based curriculum is important in our teaching or in education. So, perspective and principle curriculum must be known all of educator in this world. Maybe just this. What can I do this day or in this opportunity? See you next time. I'm sorry if you find many mistake from my speaking. See you next time. Goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.